Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel Daily Food. I hope you're all doing great. Today, I'm visiting one of the most famous museums in the world, the National Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C. If you love airplanes, space, or history, this place is a must visit, so let's go and check it out. Part of the Smithsonian institution, which means it's free to enter, and that's pretty amazing for a place with so much history. A quick bit of history. This museum first opened in 1976, and since then it has become one of the most visited museums in the world. It's dedicated to aviation and space exploration and showcasing how humans went from the first flight to landing on the moon. Inside, you'll find real historic aircraft, spacecraft, and exhibits that tell the history of innovation and discovery. As soon as you walk in, you will see planes hanging from the ceiling, and everything just feels huge and impressive. Right now, I'm going towards the basement of the museum. In the basement, they have a cafe which is called Mars Cafe, and also they have a museum store. Let's explore. store is very big, and that's why I had to put this part of the video in 2 times. The Apollo 11 Command Module Columbia was the living quarters for the first three-person crew during most of the first crewed lunar landing mission in July 1969. On July 16, 1969, Neil Armstrong, Edwin Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins were launched from Cape Kennedy atop a Stern V rocket. This command module, number 107, manufactured by North American Rockwell, was one of the 3 parts of the complete Apollo spacecraft. The other 2 parts were the service module and the lunar module, nicknamed Eagle. The service module contained the main spacecraft, propulsion system, and consumables, while the lunar module was the 2-person craft used by Armstrong and Aldrin to descend to the Moon's surface on July 20th. The command module is the only portion of the aircraft to return to Earth. It was physically transferred to the Smithsonian in 1971 following a NASA-sponsored tour of American cities. The Apollo-CM Columbia has been designated a milestone flight by the museum. Discovery was the third Space Shuttle orbiter vehicle to fly in space. It entered service in 1984 and retired from spaceflight as the oldest and most utilized orbiter. Discovery was flown on 39 Earth orbital missions and spent a total of 365 days in space, and traveled almost 240 million kilometers, 150 million miles, more than the other orbiters. It shuttled 184 men and women into space and back, many whom flew more than once, for a record-setting total crew count of 251. Because Discovery flew every kind of mission the Space Shuttle was meant to fly, it embodies well the 30-year history of U.S. human spaceflight from 1981 to 2011, named for renowned sailing ships of exploration. Discovery is preserved as intact as possible, as it flew in 2011 on the 133rd Space Shuttle mission. NASA transferred Discovery to the Smithsonian in April 2012 after a delivery flight over a nation's capital. It really makes you appreciate how far technology has come. I'm really enjoying my time here. It's not just interesting, it's actually inspiring. We learn so much without even realizing it, and it's definitely worth visiting. The National Air and Space Museum holds in trust over 70,000 aircraft and more than 20,000 cubic feet of archival materials. Historic aircraft and space aircraft, such as the 1903 Wright Flyer and the Apollo 11 Command Module Columbia, highlighting the national collection. Thousands of additional artifacts, including engine, rockets, uniforms, spacesuits, balloons, artwork, documents, manuscripts, and photographs, document the richness of the history of flight. A wide variety of these aircraft are on display at the museum in Washington, D.C., and the Stephen F. Woodward Hazy Center in Chutney, VA. The Wright brothers inaugurated the aerial age with the world's first successful flights of a powered heavier-than-air flying machine. The Wright Flyer was the product of a sophisticated 4-year program of research and development conducted by Wilbur and Orville Wright beginning in 1899. After testing the three full-sized gliders, the Wrights' first powered airplane flew at Kitty Hawk, North California on December 17, 1903, making a 12-second flight, traveling 36 meters or 120 feet with Orville piloting. The best flight of the day, with Wilbur at the controls, covered 255.6 meters or 852 feet in 59 seconds. Alright guys, that's it for today's vlog. I hope you enjoyed exploring the National Air and Space Museum with me. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to Daily Life Food. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vlog.